All right, you guys, if you're on here, give me a minute. I have to get the camera set up. You know how these YouTube lives go. Does this work? Okay. The one thing I hate about doing YouTube live, hi you guys. Okay, so the one thing that I do not like about doing YouTube live on my phone is that every time someone emails me or texts me, it comes in and it interrupts everything. Hey T West, hey Justin, hi Mars, hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm not gonna be on here very long, but there's a few things. Hi Rick, hi Jalen, hi Justin. Okay, you guys know that when you start saying hi to me, you're gonna get me all distracted. Hi you guys, I love you so much. I'm not going to be on here very long. There's just a few things that have been on my mind and my heart, and I just really wanted to talk about briefly. Obviously, the last video I made on Sunday, I was just heartbroken and devastated the way all of us have been. But after having some time to reflect and think, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about everything. Exactly, Justin. We're all still just, I think, in shock and disbelief. Hey, Brandon, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate it. Hi, my bae, how are you? I'm doing so much better than if you saw my video from Sunday. I'm doing a lot better. Hold on, let me get these. Yes. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about regarding Kobe's passing and things that have been coming up. The number one thing that I realized based on the reaction when Kobe passed was how many people were so deeply affected. So deeply affected. I mean, the whole world felt that. Like, I thought maybe it would just be in LA, but no, it wasn't even just the US. This is something that impacted the whole world. And I started wondering, like, how does one person that most of the people who are distraught have never even met, how does this person come in and affect so many lives to the point where, I mean, if you saw my video, I was crying like, I was like this with Kobe. And in some ways I feel like he inspired my entire career. He inspired me playing ball growing up. He was my idol, I guess. And so I really thought about that, and I started researching, obviously watching all of these interviews of Kobe and reading all of his quotes, and there's one thing that just really kept coming up, and I figured out what it is. Kobe maximized his time on this planet, and that's why at 41 years old, which is so young, someone was able to affect the world in that type of way when they passed, because of how he had been affecting us while he was here on earth. Even though I think it was so subtle to the point where, I don't know, I didn't think I would react the way I did. That messed me up. But Kobe has this quote. I'm gonna read it to you, okay? So he says, "The biggest mistake we make in life is thinking we have time." And the reason why this pretty much embodies his whole mamba mentality and mamba teaching is because Kobe taught, and trust me when I tell you that you're gonna see a lot of mamba content on this channel over the next couple weeks, because I am gonna make a video to really pay tribute to him. But I just, like I said, wanted to go over these things that have been on my mind and my heart. But the reason why this quote of "the biggest mistake we make in life is thinking we have time" really embodies that mamba mentality is because Kobe always taught you need to find what you love and what you're passionate about, and that's the only thing you should be doing. Why? Because you don't have time. And when you think you have time, you will not pursue your dreams because you think that you have time to do it. And you don't. We don't. And at least that's how we need to be living. We don't have time. Kobe took advantage of every single opportunity, and he focused only on what he loved. And so if you're a fan, like on some level we all are, the best thing you can do to honor Kobe's legacy and to honor that Mamba mentality is to realize that you don't have time. So pursue your dreams. Start doing what makes you happy and go after it 100%. That's probably been one of the biggest lessons that I've taken away from Kobe's passing. It's crazy. When someone like him passes away, they have such great spirits and such great souls that even in their passing, they give us treasure. You know, like even that is such a blessing to realize. Like, you don't have time. So you need to, if you love someone, tell them it's true, because you don't know when their last day is coming, and at some point we all are going to die. And that's another thing I realized with this is life is fragile. Like, take advantage of every single minute. Take advantage of every single minute, every single moment, you know? Like, you don't know when you're gonna leave this life, so be grateful just to be here. Even though no one's life is perfect, we all have issues, we all have struggles. Even Kobe had struggles. Be grateful that you're still here, because it really is such a blessing, and start living like you don't have time, because you don't. And that is what Kobe mastered. And that's why he is the greatest player of all time in my book, because he took full advantage of his time as a player. Now, speaking of honoring Kobe's legacy, let's talk about legacy for a minute. This is hard. I'm on one, but then at the same time, I want to like read your comments and chit chat, but we will chit chat. Okay. So speaking of legacy, I've been a little bit bothered by athletes and people saying, okay, like, we're gonna add to Kobe's legacy, we're gonna continue Kobe's legacy, like, we're gonna finish Kobe's legacy. No, you're not. We can honor Kobe's legacy, but Kobe's legacy is Kobe's legacy. His legacy was built off of his 20 years to the NBA, and then his 4 years after building these media empires. Like, that's Kobe Bryant's legacy, and you're not finishing it. He finished it, and it's one hell of a legacy. You can honor it, but you are not you can honor it, but you're not finishing it. You're not even continuing it. Like, yeah, we're gonna do what he would want, you know, but you have your own legacy. You guys know I love LeBron. Like, he is the future of the Lakers, and he's the present. He's the present and the future of the Lakers. However, you know, he has this thing where he's taking on LeBron's legacy, and I understand where he's coming from, and I know he's coming from a good place, but I don't like that for some reason, because Kobe's legacy is Kobe's legacy. He already built it. It's amazing and it's final. And LeBron's legacy is LeBron's legacy, and they are separate. But of course, like I said, we're gonna honor Kobe and Gigi. Okay, so then to continue on my rant, a few things, like I mentioned, that have been so heavy on my mind and my heart since all of this broke out. Alarm, guys, have been the headlines and the reporting around this death. Okay, so a few headlines that I read that I knew weren't true was that there's a story that it went viral, that Kobe and Vanessa had a pact not to ride in helicopters together. And one person just said that. There's no like source, they just said it. And then all the other media outlets like picked up the story and they said it. However, if you're like a real Bryant family fan, you follow Vanessa on Instagram, and you're well aware that in the last year, she has posted pictures and videos of herself with Kobe in a helicopter. So that simply was not true, just because I've seen the actual pictures and video of them together in a helicopter, even without their kids. They would he would take her on dates and they would travel through helicopter. So then I'm not going to get too much into it, but you guys have seen how certain journalists have been suspended for saying certain things that weren't accurate. One journalist said that all 4 of his daughters were with him in the crash. And I don't want to, you know, other journalists have been bringing up things from his past. So I want to quickly talk about the difference between journalism and hosting, since people seem to have forgotten. Yeah, someone said Rick Fox was there. Okay, here's the deal. If you are a journalist, which by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but I started my career as a journalist. Oh shoot, someone's saying there's a lag. I hope not. I hope you can hear me well. And if the picture just isn't great, I'm sorry about that. But if you can hear me, that's what really matters. So I started my career as a journalist and I was working for PBS. And the protocol as a journalist is very different from being a host, which is what most of you know me as. If you are a journalist, your job is to report facts and you're supposed to say them non-biased. That means that your opinion should not be involved at all. And if you don't know the facts, then your job is to not say anything. Because again, you are only there to give facts and truth to people in a way that does not include your opinion. So for you to hear through the grapevine that all 4 daughters were killed in the crash and then report it as a journalist, that's wrong because you had not confirmed that information. Now, down to hosting, that's very different. As a host, where I'm in studio and that type of thing, the job is to, you need, of course, hopefully be stating the facts, but you are allowed to give your opinion on them. I think sometimes though, hosts, like we just be saying our opinions and no facts, and in some cases, that is dangerous, depending on the situation, because people are looking to you for the truth and for the facts, and you need to be clear, like, this is my opinion. I mean, you guys know I exaggerate sometimes, but not over serious things, and I always make it clear, like, this is what I think, or I'll make it clear I'm joking, or whatever the case is. But like I said, if you're a journalist, you have a real responsibility to step it up. And this is why people don't believe the media anymore, and this is why people aren't the art of journalism as seriously anymore. And this situation with Kobe and a lot of other things happening in the news are a good example of that, where the line has gotten blurred between true traditional journalism and something else, which is like blogging and hosting, which is different. And I get it, because as of right now, I am a host and I'm allowed to say opinion. But yeah, so to all the journalists out there, there's still hope to save the industry, but stick to your job, okay? Only tell us the facts. All right, guys. For now, those are the things that I really had to come on here to talk about. Was just some of the big takeaways that I've been realizing from Kobe's passing. It still doesn't fully feel real, but then at the same time, I truly believe everything happens for a reason, even though we don't always know that reason. But then the whole legacy thing, there's just too many people mixing their legacies with Kobe's. It's like, you have your own legacy. You're not gonna touch Kobe's legacy. He built that, and now we're just gonna honor it, you know? All right, now I'm gonna talk to you guys. Oh, and then of course the whole journalism versus blogging and hosting thing, we gotta do something about that, because the headlines that I've been reading have just been, it's been making it worse. All right, let me go back up and see some of this. I heard that journalist was suspended for that information. He was. But that's just one headline of many that was put out that wasn't true. Some of them I don't even want to get into because, as some of you know, people are bringing up Kobe's past, which obviously I'm a Kobe fan, so I'm like, the timing, in my opinion, isn't, it's in poor taste. But if you want to tell Kobe's story and you're going to tell it non-biased, I understand why you're going to bring up some of the past. But people have been just throwing that out there to like be like, well, almost like he wasn't that great of a guy. If you're a journalist, that's not your place to say that publicly. You're just supposed to deliver facts and tell non-biased way. That is the job of a journalist. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna talk to you guys now. I missed you too, John. The host with the most. What's poppin'? I can't accept the fact that Kobe is gone. It's tough, but I've realized the best thing we can do is honor the Mamba legacy. Like, honor it, like I said. And to me, honoring it is realizing you don't have time. Mamba legacy is finding what you love and pursuing it and working hard. Someone said one time, like, Kobe, there's no such thing as magic, it's hard work. We can all get to where Kobe was through that type of dedication and hard work. The problem is most people are not capable of putting in that type of work and having that type of obsession. But when you find what you're truly passionate about in life and your true calling, I believe that you become capable of that type of work. And that's why Kobe was able to give it his all in basketball, and it was time, when it was time to walk away, he walked away for good. It wasn't like this, I'm retired, psych, I'm back in a year or 2 years. Like, he gave it his all, and then he was giving it his all in media and storytelling. I missed all of you too. Okay, guys, I'm gonna scroll up here. Your smile is therapeutic, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sorry that my phone is lagging. Your Lakers need to win it all for him. I get a feeling that the Lakers will win the title this year. And I'm not saying that as a Lakers fan. I just feel like there's so much energy now surrounding the Lakers because of this. It's almost just like, you have to. And I think they will. I'm more motivated than ever, so am I. I'm with you there. Hi, Ty. I'm currently following my dreams. That's what I like to hear. Get it, Quinn. Keep on striving to be the best you can be, and there is no time like the present to do so. That's right. There is no other time, right? Because the future doesn't exist. It's not here. It's just something we think about. And the past, again, it's no longer here. It's just something we think about. So all we have is right now. There's no time. Like, you got a dream, it's time to pursue it. That was one of the lessons I think that Kobe's spirit and his passing left for us. All right. Should Kobe be the new NBA logo, bestie? If you ask me, of course, I'm all for that. And I would love to see that. But I've heard reports that the NBA has no interest in that for whatever reason. They want to keep it more general and generic. I'm not offended that they don't want to change it, but I do think the league needs to do something to honor Kobe because, yeah, he was a great Laker, but he was just a great NBA superstar, legend, NBA god. You know what I mean? Like, he brought the game, which you saw what I said in my last video I made, and I guess all my videos throughout my career, you guys know I've championed Kobe like no other. The NBA is the way it is right now in a large part because of Kobe Bryant. And everyone who's a true basketball fan is fully aware of that. So I do think that the NBA should really do something across the league to honor him. I don't know what that is. My guess is they're gonna retire number 24 across the league. Teams have already started retiring number 24 on their own. Mark Cuban did it. Some players are just giving up their numbers, whether they were 8 or 24. You guys know I posted on Instagram and I said, I think the league should retire number 8 and number 24. I still think that's fair. A lot of people don't. But I do think they would probably, like, maybe they'll retire number 24 across the league. And I would be happy with that. But they got to do something, that's for sure. Ty, do you think Kuz is in the closet? No hate, one love? No, I don't. Hard to accept it, but Lakers overrated him. I don't know. Sorry to everyone watching. I'm trying to go through all these questions I missed when I was giving you my spiel on things that have happened over the last few days. Okay, so if you said something and I missed it and you're still here, can you just type it again? Because if I scroll up, then I'll miss everything else. But I'm at the bottom and I'm reading all the comments now. So if you have a question or you want to say something, type it in here. Hey Ty, you getting younger? Thank you. Just kidding. Honestly, I would say that has a lot to do with the fact that I have been eating a lot greener and cleaner. I'm completely vegan, and I believe in getting in your fruits and vegetables and as little processed foods as possible. Thank you, Shamar. Say what you feel, babe. No, I'm saying it. I'm definitely saying it, and there's gonna be more videos coming out about this. But I want to make a video, like I said earlier, to just honor the man. Like, Kobe gave us so much, and for that, I'm really happy and really grateful. Vanessa Bryant just came out and made her first statement on Instagram yesterday. And she started a foundation, I think it's called Mamba on 3, where if you go and donate anything, the money is going to go to the other families who lost loved ones in the accident, which I thought was just an amazing thing for her to do, and really important. I just want to say, Ty, like I keep telling you, keep up the great work and continue being successful as the Mamba would want. Appreciate that, Ian. Thank you so much. No, I'm not kidding. Like, after what happened on Sunday, it's like, it's time to freaking step it up. You know what I mean? Like, whenever tragedy happens, it wakes you up. That's the thing. Like, it wakes you up to how short life is, how fragile life is. So what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Okay. Lakers got to win the chip. I have a really strong feeling they're going to win it this year, like almost positive. How did you find out? I was in class and my teacher literally stopped the class to tell us. So I have a friend that listens to a lot of like AM radio, and she was listening to it live, and they were like, oh my gosh, reports are coming in that Kobe Bryant has passed away. And she instantly calls me and she was like, did you hear the news? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, about Kobe. I'm like, I instantly just Google Kobe's name. And at that time there was only one article out, and it was TMZ, and I see it and I instantly thought, this is a hoax. This is a joke. They're confused, or someone's like put out that report and it's not true. Like instantly, I just didn't believe it. There's just no way. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy too, because I actually was about to make a video where I was gonna be all dramatic, like crying, kicking and screaming about how LeBron passed Kobe. Well, I love LeBron. You guys know who my GOAT is. And so I was a little upset that LeBron had passed him, and I was gonna make this funny video, and I was gonna show how like graceful Kobe handled it, and obviously that changed. It's just crazy. The only thing I mentioned was that the only ones that can carry on Kobe's legacy are his children, not LeBron. You know what I mean? They're definitely the closest ones. Like, Ty, you are the best Lakers fan. I like to think so. Just kidding. Always find a way to turn a negative into a positive. You know why? Because there is always some positive in a negative. Always. Like, I truly believe that. No matter what the issue is, there is some type of love in the situation. I promise you. May not be all love, but there is a lesson hidden in there. There's a gem if you look for it. Kobe's death is definitely going down as the most shocking death of 2020. I mean, maybe even of the last 20 years. Honestly, like, can you think of a more shocking? I mean, I know we've had other shocking deaths, but to this extent, where it's like there's no warning sign, you know, he's in perfect health. He's so young. He's doing all these things. He was just tweeting. It's just like, I don't know. I think that's why none of us believed it. It was too much. Yes, Nipsey was definitely really shocking. That was another one that was really shocking. I just like, I don't know. There was just something about Kobe that seemed invincible. You know what I mean? Like, I think underground, we all secretly saw him as like Superman in this weird way. Like, I obviously didn't really think of him as Superman, but like, there was just that feeling that nothing could I don't know. And especially nothing like that. I can't even think about it too much because I will get emotional. I've gotten to the point now where I can talk about it like I have been without breaking down. I can't even imagine how Vanessa Bryant is like handling this if we are handling it how we're handling it. You know what I mean? She lost a child and a husband. I can't even think about it. We just, honestly, we have to pray for her. I don't know what your beliefs are. I believe in the power of prayer. If you don't, energy is real. That's been proved in physics. So just send her good energy. What do you think about the rumors being responsible for his death? That's a tough question. I think, here's what I think, guys, because as you know, there are all these rumors and there's already conspiracy about what happened to Kobe. I think that the truth always comes out. So I'm not going to dive too deep into it yet because I know that if that's true, it's going to come to the surface for sure. And I'm going to let the universe do its thing and bring it out, and then we'll go from there. But let something like that be true. August 24th of this year will be another day of remembrance, of celebration for Kobe for fans all over the world. I love that. For sure it will be. Kobe Day. It's crazy, you guys. I was born to be a Kobe fan. I was born on the 24th. 24 is just, it's throughout all my branding. It's my lucky number. Let me make this about me right now. Just kidding. But I love Kobe. You guys know that. If you've been rocking him, you know how much I love him. All right, you guys, I love you, all of you so much. Thank you for being part of my channel, my career, my brand, for rocking with me. I had left things on a really sad note because I was devastated and I wanted to come back on here and just talk about a few things in my heart. But rest assured, there's more Mamba content that will be coming, but it will be inspirational and it will have Kobe's vibe. But I'm gonna hop off this thing. I love you guys so much. I'll be back on here soon. Follow me on the gram. I'm updating on the gram too, at Taiwan on Sports, if you're not following me already. And I'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Remember, the worst thing we can do, according to Kobe, is think that we have time. We don't. Tell the people you love them, hug them tight. Follow your dreams. If you hate your job, you don't have time. Find your passion and get Mamba mentality with it. The money will come. The money will come if that's your concern. Do what you got to do until the money does come, but just remember you don't have time. And if you're a journalist or a host or you want to be one or the other, think about the difference. Like me, I do love giving my opinion. I love being myself. And I know in journalism, that's not the job of that. That's why I switched. But if you are a true journalist, remember your responsibility to deliver the facts only, and to be non-biased. That is what the people need. And if you are a host, you have the right to say your opinion, but keep in mind that people are watching you and you have to be responsible. And finally, to summarize my last point, Kobe Bryant built his legacy. 24 years of hard work. 24 years of hard work. 20 years in the league and 4 years building a media empire. Nobody is finishing his legacy. We're honoring it, all right? That's Kobe's legacy. That's no one else's legacy. We're not intertwining legacies here, okay? We're not doing that. All right, guys, tie out. I love you guys so much.